How you doing, people? Today I'm down the Scottish borders, and whilst I was in Govan yesterday, I was speaking to one of the history guides about the Govan stones and the Hogback stones, and I was telling her I discovered a couple in a graveyard that haven't been noted, haven't put on record. And she was like, you need to take photographs, you need to record that and send it into Historic Scotland. So that's what I'm here today, guys, doing today. I'm just finding the location of them, taking pictures of them. There's two. So there's not just one, there's two Hogback graves, or monuments, whatever they are. They're not even sure if they're grave markers. They could be just monuments, they could be stone markers. But today, guys, we're going to have another look at them. And they are right in front of this little house, which is quite fitting. Look at the tile style. So you've got two types of Hogback stone. You've got the Brompton type, which is the big massive ones with the beasts on each end. And you've got the warrior type, which are this style. And I've rubbed off some of the moss just to let you see there's a geometric pattern all the way along the spine of the stone. And it sort of tapers, it gets narrower at this end, and it gets wider. And I reckon this would have been probably a lot bigger. This probably would have been about 6 feet long. This one is huge. And I'm not even sure if this is all the same piece or two separate, but I'm guessing. Mind you, the ridge on this one, there's a nice ridge here on this one, like a spine. That one's quite flat, but that could have been damaged over time. But you can see the two different styles. You can see they're meant to represent houses of the dead, so they're like roofs, and these are the tiles on the roof. And you can see this square style, and this one is like fish scales. And the funny thing is, Vikings never had roofs like this. They had thatched roofs, according to history. So I'm starting to actually wonder if these were even Viking. There's only ever been one found in Ireland, I think one found in Wales. So these are very rare monuments, and they're over 1,000 years old, some of these. They went out of fashion about the 11th century. So these are old. These are probably nearly 1,000 years old. And I've came down to make a record of them, to take photographs. I'm going to send it into Historic Scotland. So they can either put these inside a building like this one, where people can view them protected, or get them inside the church. How you doing, Hales in Place? Or we can get them inside the church, where they'll be better protected, or inside a museum. Because guys, there's only about 20 or 30 of these been found throughout the whole of the British Isles and Ireland. And these ones haven't been recorded in history. There's no note of them anywhere. So they've kind of been forgotten about. How you doing, Susie? Was that Susie? Sonia, how you doing? Sonia, I'm here today to record these Hogbacks. These Hogback graves. There's no record of them. They've not been noted. And if you look in the history of Hogbacks, they've all been sort of noted and marked on a map to make us understand better where these came from. I've got to say, I really like this one. This is still got the geometric style on it. Look at that. The crosses making up a big cross. All these crosses. And and this would have run all the way along the top. There's more sort of cross pattern here. See it? I'll just use my big shovels. That's what the guys at my work say, I've got shovels for hands. I'll just use, you can see, you can feel, see this geometric pattern all the way down. And like I said guys, these should be in a museum somewhere or housed in a little building for preservation purposes, so we'd learn our history a bit better, where these things come from, because they're quite enigmatic. There's still not a lot known about these. There's a lot of guessing going on with them, and they're supposedly Viking, but if you try and find any examples in Scandinavia, you can't really find anything. So they are more Anglo-Saxon. See there. But these have been moved already, mate. Hail in place. These have been moved here. These wouldn't have been the original spot in front of this building. Okay, this won't be the original spot for these stones. So they've been moved anyway, so we can move them again. Do you know what I mean? And the ones in Abercorn are in a little building like this, like a museum. There's ones close to me at Abercorn. And like I said, these should be protected better. You see there's pieces coming loose here, look. Look at this. Maybe a museum can clean them up and see if there's any more markings. I don't want to damage any more, because I think the moss kind of protects them in a way, but you can see this fish scale pattern along the edge here. My favourite's that one over there. This is a beauty, this one. This one should be preserved. This is a fine example. Look at that. But they're pretty careless in this parish, because some of these gravestones, they're ancient, guys. They're absolutely ancient, these gravestones. These are probably some of the oldest gravestones I've came across. Just looking at the style. They've just been dumped to the side. Wonder what's under there. A hole. Try to see if there's a date or something. Are these the ones with the hearts on the end? These are old. And this is the one with the hearts. See the hearts at the ends? Two of them. There's no date really on this one, but you can tell it's probably a 16th century grave marker. We've got the two wheels at the sides. got the hourglass, we've got the skull and crossbones, which is the Momentum Warrior style for the 16th, 15th and 16th century. This one, again, so worn away that another old example. Got the cherub with the wings here. And cherubs used to be scary looking, so this could have been a scarier looking cherub. Cherubs got nicer looking over the years. They got more like looking like angels and babies and sort of like those baby faced ones. But the old cherubs, they used to be like skeletons. So we've got the cherub, we've got the skull and crossbones, the hourglass, we've got the pillars at each side. Look at this one. Look at that. Look at that skull. Almost childlike in its style. Whoa. I wonder what that was there. Anything in these? Probably something on the other side of this one. Hey guys, don't know what I've done there. 16 something. That's 16. It looks like there was a person maybe there. It's almost like the feet. It's like a little coffin, head, skull. Let's see if you can look underneath. There's nothing on the back of that one. Look at this one. This has got the sort of baby looking style cherub. You've got the wings, the head, the cherub, and you've got the crossbones. See if there's anything on this side. Oh. Nothing on that side. Don't want to break them. A thick one. This one's 16. Still see a bit of the date here. 1660 something. 166. IH. What the sad thing is, guys, these grave slabs here, although they're old, they've used graves to prop them up. Look at this. There's an hourglass. used gravestones to prop up this one. See underneath? They could be pieces of the old church or something. I'm not sure, because these two look identical. But I'm not sure if they were carved for this actual base. You see this all around the church. So these are the oldest ones that are scattered against this wall here. And you've got the hogstones just up ahead. This is 1774. Be a date there, 1692. That's 92 years. 92 years. I don't want to just drop them and break them. This one. Oh. Don't want to just let them fall in and then crack them. This one here. Did I look under this one? Centipedes. Hello Annie. Today I'm at a place called Oldhamstocks down the Scottish borders. This one's ancient, this one. There's got nothing on it. And I'm near a place called Cockburn's Path down the Scottish borders. So there's more gravestones over here that's been used as stands. There's a big fancy house here. Big manor. People think it's pronounced Coburn because they don't like to say cock, but it's actually Cockburn. It is Cockburn. I remember reading a book, and the author, it was a book for it was the 1900s. I remember the author making a joke about it, that I think it was near the Pentlands, another place near the Pentland Hills called Cockburn. And people call it Coburn, but it's Cockburn. As much as it seems rude nowadays, back then Cockburn wasn't a rude thing to say. So it is Cockburn. Coburn's usually spelled C-O-U-B-U-R-N. Coburn. And you do have places called Coburn. And you have places called Cockburn, which people want to call Coburn as well. So we're going to have a look at this church. Look at this extension. I don't know if I think that part could actually be older than this part, even though this part looks older. This has been re-harlanded, so they've harlanded the outside of this. This would have looked like stone. This would have looked something like that. In fact, you can see there's Mare Great. Look, what does that say? There's Oldhamstocks. There we go. That's where we are. Oldhamstocks. To the memory of Peter Slay, Peter Slay, tenant in Oldhamstocks, who died 8th of December 1764, aged 66, and of Mary Blair, his wife. Like I said, look, they've used old gravestones. This one, in fact, that would have been a stand. That is an actual stand. That's not even a gravestone. When they put it back in its original. There we go. So that's usually what they use to support these graves, like stands like that. And they've just fell over. There's another one. So we've got a date here, 1701. I was going to show you what the original church looks like, the style of stone. Because like I said, this has been harlanded on the outside, so it's been covered with a plaster, then pebble dashed with stone, and then painted. But you can see in there the original stones. It's a rubble style. They call that rubble style when it's all different sized. This was the style the Romans built in. These equal sized squares. The Romans built in these sort of equal squares. They didn't build in a rubble style. You see here, this has been incorporated into this wall. It's coat of arms. TH. You've got a heart in the middle. Looks like maybe two dragons or swans at each side of it. You've got two flowers at each end. See the flowers? Maybe something at the top there as well, like a wheel, a flower. And you've got MS. It's funny how the S is sort of fallen over. 1581. So I think this is a gravestone. This is a gravestone that's been incorporated into the wall. 1581. It's a different type of... This is red sandstone. See another coat of arms. You've got the mitre, the converse, you've got the stars. I think it's 3 boars, maybe. I'm not sure what that is. 3 somethings. Heart. Stained glass window. It's me. So although this does look older, this is the older part of the church. There's a coat of arms up there as well. Not sure what that is. It's like a stork standing on a... don't know what it's standing on. Hi guys. You've got a sort of modern burial ground on this side. When I say modern, it's probably like 100 years old. A clock tower or a bell tower there. I've noticed with the really old churches, they've usually got sundials on the corners of the building near the roof. There's usually a sundial. I think that one's still got its bell. The bell's still there. You see the area, beautiful, beautiful area, in the middle of nowhere. So like I said guys, I'm going to put some images, some information to Historic Scotland, get these hogback stones either in a museum or something. This looks like a part of a building, this here. I wonder if this was part of the original church that was here. I think this could have been part of the original church that was here, because you don't build 2 foot thick walls just to put a gravestone against. Do you know what I mean? This has been part of a building. This definitely, it's got all the characteristics. Sometimes they incorporate the ancient stones. So sometimes you can find old Pictish stones in the wall, because they just reused the stone. Looks like red sandstone, the same as I think everywhere's red sandstone about here. But this, I think this wall here just sits sort of on its own. It's a decent size as well. And why is there just a wall in the middle of the graveyard? This was probably the original church before that one. This here. How you doing, Dee? here lies Margaret Dixon, spouse of John Aitchison. Her 4 children died 1729, aged 37 years. Chunk of it's been knocked off. There's no information on this one. It's worn away. You just wonder if this is pieces of the old church. This one here will be connected to that part over there. The rubble. So guys, if you missed the beginning, I'm going back to the hogbacks. These are probably the oldest stone markers in the graveyard. These here. Look at that. Good of detail on that still. But it's red, it's probably sandstone as well. I'm not even sure what kind of stone that's. It looks like sandstone. I don't think it's a red sandstone though. But this is a hogback grave marker. And here's another one, which is even bigger. And it's probably a good 2.5 meters in length. This might be one complete one here. There could be 3 here, in fact. Be 1, 2, 3. But they've sort of made this look like a continuation. But this one's got a ridge on it. See here? There's a ridge that runs along the top of this. Well, this one looks like it's been flattened. But like that one. It's been flattened. Mind you, I think there might have been a ridge here at some point. It's maybe just worn away. Like I said, it's a bit damaged, see? Ideally these would be in here, in this little building. Aye. My mission today was to come down, take some photographs, record where it is in the graveyard, and send it to Historic Scotland, and hopefully guys we can get these better protection, maybe inside the church where people can see them, or inside this little building, or in a museum even. These are so rare, hogback. Research hogback stones guys, they're so rare. And these ones haven't even been recorded or noted in history. I just find it mind-blowing. But at the same time, I didn't find it mind-blowing because look where we are. We're in the middle of nowhere. How many people a year even look at these? Right guys, anyway, from Oldhamstocks Church and Graveyard, we'll see you later. Cheers.